Red Dead Redemption 2 is a triumph of game design. It's a credit to Rockstar's ability as creators as they take the time to add little details that not only impress, but also further immerse you in their fully realized open-world western. There's plenty to choose from, but we've collected a handful of tiny things in Red Dead Redemption 2 that make it feel like such a believable recreation of the Old West. If you kill someone and remain hidden, lawmen will show up and remove the bodies. Dead bodies have a full decomposition system. They will rot, attract bugs, and eventually leave only bones behind. Arthur's hair can be uniquely styled in a plethora of ways. Because he's not a barber, you'll need to visit one to change your hairstyle. Your beards have their own physics and are affected by wind. Weapons get dirty and clogged and require maintenance to be at peak performance. Outfits are incredibly customizable. You can wear sleeves rolled up or decide whether or not to tuck your pants into your boots. Dutch mentions his mother passed during the story, and you can find her grave in the game. Fellow gang members will loot dead bodies, so be sure you get to them first. You can wear the skins of animals you killed as a hat. If your horse gets covered in mud or dirt, it'll affect how fast it is. Arthur will change how he talks to a horse based on its sex.
Sorry, girl. You're alright, boy.
If Arthur is covered in blood or mud, people will comment on how he looks.
Hey, you ever heard of a bath?
Hello there.
If you get snow on your clothes and go to a warmer area, it will melt. You can double tap L1 when putting away your gun to add a little style. Holding up on the D-pad when robbing someone will allow you to shoot into the air, adding to your intimidation factor. Horses poop. If your horse goes from a cool area to a warmer one, they will emit steam as they warm up. If you fight with an animal, you'll acquire rips and tears in your clothing. If your horse dies, they do not come back, you'll have to find a new one. Should you end up in a shootout, you can tell your horse to flee an area to stay safe. If you skin an animal, you can see their exit wounds. If you throw a dead animal over your shoulder, it'll leave blood marks on your jacket. If the air is cold, you'll see your character's breath. Snow will indent and shape dynamically as you walk through it. If a tree is covered in snow and you bump a branch, snow will fall off of that specific part of the tree. You can be mean to friends at your camp, but they won't put up with it for very long.
Don't start this. And swine with better manners.
That's enough.
Trying to be funny.
Male horses have testicles, and they will become smaller in cold weather. Arrows will wiggle when they stick to things, bounce off brick, and overpenetrate when they go into fleshy things. Sometimes when you get arrested, gang members will break you out of jail.
I must moderate my approach to wine.
If you harass NPCs in town for too long, other characters will defend them.
Just what is your deal? You want to give up? Do you?
If you're in a boat and shoot the bottom, the boat will sink. Footsteps change depending on what shoes you wear and the surfaces you walk on. Footprints in the mud are different for humans and horses. Your clothing will only get wet up to the point where you entered the water. Light will shine through the ears of players, showing cartilage. Pigs will eat dead bodies. If you rob someone in a store and injure them, they will show up with bandages a few days later.
I will use an iron on you if you decide to wield them fists again.
If lightning strikes in the distance, there will be a delay before you hear the thunder sound. If you punch your horse, it will fight back. Arthur pulls back the hammer with every shot of a revolver. Newspapers cover your robberies. Arthur does keep one of the clippings at camp. Arthur will comment on himself when looking at his reflection in the mirror.
No wonder they all leave you.
If you're dirty, Arthur will get grit under his fingernails. Bullets that hit metal will leave a shimmer of heat where they impacted. When hunting, your odor can affect your ability to sneak up on animals. You can pet dogs. Arthur will reload only the exact amount of bullets you fired from a revolver. Of course there are more, but those are just some of the little touches in Red Dead Redemption 2 that continue to show how much Rockstar cares about immersing you in their worlds. For more on interesting things to see in Red Dead Redemption 2, check out the full article on IGN or some of the crazy Easter eggs we found so far. And of course, keep coming back for all things gaming.